Going live, guys.
Well, I got some wind up here.
Make your own jokes, guys. Make your own jokes.
Oh no, my PMS 50 didn't load for some reason. I didn't set up my cockpit. Oh man, come on, don't do that. I gotta aviate first. Would be a good idea.
Aviate, navigate, communicate. Come on, Iceman, you know that.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm up here about 4,000, and it's really nice. Kind of white clouds and there's a lot of blue sky.
Yeah, I've just broken clouds myself.
Yeah, I'm at 6,000. It is rather nice up here. You got some peaks up here. Little mountainous hills.
Is in actual hills or is in cloud?
It's hills.
Nah, they're not very high though.
No. It looks like there's nothing over 3,000 here.
I think you said, Iceman, it was 6,000 we need for this leg, don't you?
Max at the end, yeah. It is close to the airport there, kind of. I think the final airport is, let me look again real quick. Why don't I have 17,034 feet for the final airport. You might want to take NOTAMs 1734 at runway 14 and 32. Again, no ILS.
Okay.
Copy.
17,000?
Yep, 1,734. Did I say 1,000?
Oh, 1,700, okay.
I'm sorry. But we do have a 6,000 max somewhere at the tail end of the flight. I'd have to look on little nav map with the flight plan loaded, and I'm not going to do that right now. One last thing. So if you have joined the stream again on Twitch, I appreciate you coming back. Dello Talks has come back into the Twitch along with Commander Root as well. Appreciate y'all stopping back in. Small streamer DC Server has joined us in Twitch on our intermission break. 35 frames, yes. Good to see. Get back on the flight plan and try to catch up. Ernest Lee's joined us for the flight today, and always good to see him when he can have opportunity to join us. Appreciate you being in here, Ernest. And everyone, you know how I feel about you guys. There's going to be t-shirts for everybody that finishes this gig. I guarantee it. If I gotta go without food for a month. Do have a merch store opened up this last couple of weeks on Stream Elements. Just look for the ICE333_ t-shirts, coffee mugs. I got a sample coffee mug on its way. I might decide not to use and just offer it out as a grand opening to the store one of these weeks. Zeus Gamer buzzing around in that DA62. The nice thing is I can actually see what you look like. Ernest Lee in the 135 today. So I actually got 2 helicopters involved in the 3, if you include moi, in the world tour today.
And I'm very happy it's staying in the air.
I haven't flown it in quite a while. I've found the 145 really sufficient for my needs. It's good in a pinch and has been a game saver for my loyalty to the tour. Without it, I wouldn't have missed an incomplete flight one week. I'm going to get some altitude. Just to get off the deck so my frame rates come back. I'm at about 30. That looks nice. In flight, I'm not having any problem, Chris. It's just when I sit on the ground for a while, that's what was happening all morning. Get on the ground and so I'm going to have to do my business and take off and at least hover. Maybe that's what I had been doing. You know, a lot of times I'll do that GTC hover and stabilize.
It's a memory leak and it's on the ground or on approach. That's the issue I'm having.
I've not had any problems on approach. Airports tax my frame rates anyway, though, of course.
Is that like having Alzheimer's, a memory leak?
No, much worse. This happens all at once, and it's much like Alzheimer's. It forgets what you've most recently done and can't process it. So that may be a good comparison. Alzheimer's is very serious to me. My dad passed with a severe case after being a very brilliant man in his field for all of his life. To see him lose his ability to capacitate in his mind. The struggle is real. Red tags all over the skies. Love to see it. And Sleeper JDM sticking with it in the DA40. Alright, I'm gonna have to increase the speed because I still got climb.
Yeah, that's funny about that. The 208 I have, it whenever I land and I'm taxiing, it will not go where I want.
The trim's still giving you trouble?
No, I changed airplane, so, but it always, when I go to taxi, it just wants to go where it wants to go, and I checked all my settings, and they're all good.
Good copy.
Yeah, I flew the Caravan a couple of times a few weeks ago. Never flown it before, and I had the same issue, to be honest, Matt.
You have a Z-axis on your stick?
I guess, yeah.
Left and right twist.
Yeah.
You might want to turn down the sensitivity to about 30% on your Z-axis.
or set
okay.
a null zone, or set a null zone. That might work. If that
Okay.
if that doesn't work, a null zone may set a null zone of about 6%. Real low. You got it real low. You'll see it on the graph. The helicopter, the 145, has a sensitivity issue that because of the highly specific aeronautics navigational systems, you about have to set, for most anything with a twist grip, you got to set null zones so that it will activate something to do with the springs in a joystick.
What joystick do you have, Aceman?
I have actually two. I've got an old Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTUS X, which has a throttle. I use the throttle. I've just really unprogrammed all of the features on the joystick with only voice activation, push to talk on the trigger, but it has conflict with my other joystick, which is a Logitech 3D Pro that I use for just about everything.
I have it.
Yeah,
Me too. I have the 3D Pro
right.
Extreme.
We talked about that. Yeah.
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 And I think to buy the HOTUS X.
I liked the HOTUS X when it was new, and for a lot of years. I mean, I've had it for a long time, but it's really been I didn't need anything else. It was really a good joystick. I highly recommend it.
So what do you use right now? The HOTUS or the Logitech?
I have everything in the way of peripheral joystick apparatus connected to my sim, from an Xbox controller to a keyboard.
From your opinion, what do you prefer, the HOTUS X or the Extreme Logitech?
Again, the Logitech is a very firm joystick. I had to set the dead zone because it is such a stiff joystick. My HOTUS X I've literally had it 15 years. It's old, it squeaks, it's not as accurate anymore, but it was definitely a good buy. It lasted me a lot of years. I carried it a lot of different places. I had it in my semi-tractor when I flew, when I was driving. And years I've had this thing, so I like either one of them, depending on what you want to use it for. The helicopter, I'd have to say the Logitech 3D Pro is my choice. I really like the way it handles my helicopter and responds to the actions I give it. But that's preference. The HOTUS X has a tension knob underneath it that you can adjust the tension on it. So there's a lot of features on the HOTUS X that are entirely favorable.
Yeah, thank you. And what's your opinion about the yoke? Do you like a yoke?
I did. Like I said, when it was new, it was, I didn't need anything else.
Honeycomb yoke and the Logitech.
The honeycomb is an entirely different subject. They have perfected a lot of things, whereas if you're going to do a yoke, yeah, that's where I would go, as the honeycomb if I had the money. That's definitely, for fixed wing, that's outbeats any of the joystick options that you're going to consider.
Isn't honeycomb a lot more expensive?
About $250 a piece if you get an old version. They're up to, I think, $3 and a quarter each, and they're coming out with rudders.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole package with the rudders, when I looked at it, I think was 300 something. Those are pipe dreams for me. I don't plan on, I don't profess to have a home cockpit. I fly with, the best I could afford, and here we are.
I got a honeycomb on eBay for, it's been a while, but I think it was like 175. But what I liked about it was it's got real hardware on it. A lot of the other ones are, they don't have a lot of hardware on it. But this, it's like, it's like a cockpit.
The interchangeability of changing from a GA to a jet or an airliner in the honeycomb throttle quadrant is superior to anything that has come out. It's definitely also worth the money if you've got it. I like the Virpil products too, but again, I'm partial to helicopters. And see, Chris, I'm not having any trouble streaming when I'm moving along. That whole flight, we didn't have a single problem. Of course, it was over the water, and I'm having one or two stutters, but nothing phenomenal, no nosedives or any of that. And I'm 36 frames.
Yeah, it must have something to do with it.
It's got to. Absolutely got to. It's a shame. 10 years, a long time.
Yeah, it might have been 105 by then.
Dropping a bucket for what I've been flying the simulator now, right? How long we've been doing it, Chris? 30 something?
Oh, getting on 30 years for me, yeah.
30 plus. Golly, that makes us old. Not like those young guys like Bozeda, just getting his family started.
Ha, what's your tone?
Gotta call you out once.
I think I started in 2004.
Wow. Well, that was a good. So you got FSX, your first version.
Yeah, I got FS6, and actually 2000 was the first I tried. Then I got the Century of Flight.
So you downgraded from 98 to Century of Flight. That was a poor mistake of Microsoft.
No. I'm not having. I'm saying the Century of Flight up until now was the best sim ever released.
I liked it.
I shouldn't have spoke out of school. I never owned Century of Flight, although I have the CD.
The most stable simulator ever released by Microsoft, that one.
I own the CD disc set. It's over here in a tin. The video set of Microsoft's Century of Flight. I do own that.
Yeah, four disc set from memory.
Yeah. Which is a pretty cool video set, but I never owned the software, so I shouldn't have spoke out of school. Y'all can slap me around, call me stupid if you like.
I got my first computer 25 years ago. It was an Asus, and then I got into there was a like it wasn't an F-18. It might have been an F-18, and it was it was a fighter jet, and then landing on the carrier and all that.
Was that not the acceleration pack for FSX?
No, it wasn't FSX. No.
So I've been building computers longer than you've owned them.
What's that?
I've been building computers longer than you've owned computers.
You keep breaking up.
I say I've been building computers longer than you have owned computers.
Probably.
Yeah. I built my first in, I think, 92 was a, no, 90, 89, 88, 89 would have been my first trash 80, and made me so mad I had to have a computer, and I bought one.
Well, I never got into computers till I got out of the Navy.
So USA people using computer from a long time.
Yeah. I used, it's funny because I remember when they first came into the Navy with the computers and they were setting up. I was in aviation, I was a maintenance guy. And they'd come up and you had to write your own program. And we had a guy write a program to do all the paperwork that, we were doing pen and paper. He did it all in the computer and it came out, it was wonderful.
No. Me, the first time I used computer, I think in the 2002 or 2001.
How old are you?
I am now 28.
Oh, okay, you're young.
So when I was, I think, 9 or 10 or 8, I use a computer.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got a nephew who's like, I don't know how old, he might be 8 or 10 now, but he's been doing computers since he was like 4 years old,
Wow, that's going to be a wild generation.
The current generation, they use technology, they're so young, and they use the iPad and computers.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is, they play these games on them, but they understand it. I had no idea about computers and all the codes and it was so confusing. I said, and I was in my 30s.
But I prefer my childhood because I spent a good time without computer in the real life.
Right. The internet and everything was a wonderful thing, but no matter what you do in life, somebody tries to pervert it into something wrong.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad to see a young child use TikTok. It's really sad.
Oh yeah.
And guys, it's up to you. There's 3 or 4 airports along this island that are very close to our flight path. So if you see one that you need to take a break, just let us know. Always willing to make a stop if anybody needs to let the dog out or get some air.
I just hang the dog out the window as I'm flying.
Bozetti uses the bucket. It's a little more sanitary.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't need to land, but if you guys need to land, I'm fine with that.
I see you way up there at 15 grand. What are you practicing for your commercial pilot's license?
I'm trying to save fuel.
Will that do that in the DA-62 at that elevation?
Yeah, especially if the leg is longer.
Yeah.
I seem to get mine best performance at about 15 feet off the water.
Yeah, I must admit that's the one thing this sim's good at. I noticed that yesterday flying, as it happens, I was flying at a higher altitude on a long leg, and I just couldn't believe how much fuel I was using. It was next to nothing.
I'm using 3.3 gallons per hour right now.
I think the difference between fixed wing and helicopter is the lift produced. You generally use more transitional lift, forward movement of the aircraft to across the wings to give you lift, whereas the helicopter's straight up. So it uses more getting up to that altitude, I think, than it saves cruising at that altitude. If that makes any sense or sounds logical, I don't know. That's just the way it seems to me. So I'm about 128 true airspeed, 125 on the indicator. Pump it up a little more.
Back in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm my TAS is 143.
Woo. I can't get there.
Mine is 118. And that's TAS.
Yeah, no, what's the difference at 1500? Chris could have told us, but I'm not sure. At 1500, your true airspeed from the ground is calculated differently, right?
Well, my indicated airspeed is 92.
Wow.
And my true airspeed is 118, and my ground speed is 126.
Copy that.
What is the difference between VATSIM and IAVO? IEVO.
IVAL is about the same thing. It's specifically they're just ATC communications for the most part. VATSIM's a little deeper and a bit more serious. There's no actual. I don't know if there are live. Are there live ATC operators on IVAL?
And VATSIM, it's a free or a pay, or you have to pay?
Is IVO a ATC or is IVO a program you use to connect to VATSIM?
No, IVAL is an airport assistance. It's there is a difference, but I've got IVALs. I use IVAL for real aircraft in the airports. It shows me only you guys and other simmers that are in that airspace and real aircraft. Now, if I see an aircraft with a strange tag that doesn't have aircraft designation on it, it usually means that aircraft is actually landing at that airport in real time because I've got my AI shut off.
Only just heard half of that. Are you talking about AVO versus VATSIM?
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. School us on the difference there, Chris.
So they're essentially two different networks doing the same thing, IVO and VATSIM. There was talk about about 8 years ago of them actually getting together and making one big network, but they're essentially the same thing, just two different people doing it. The model matching on IVO is a little bit better than the model matching on VATSIM, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and that's why I was led to use IVAL instead of VATSIM's model matching.
What's the other one that's out there?
There's a lot of programs that assist you with ATC. Pilot to, is that what you're going to say? Pilot to ATC?
Pilot Edge.
Something like that.
Pilot Edge.
Pilot Edge. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Yeah. Pilot Edge. Yes.
Yeah, that's a you got to pay for that one, but they say it's really, really good. They say it's well worth it.
And I think those things, it's for professional, not for beginners in simulation.
Right, right. It's for somebody who's been doing it a long time.
Listen, to fly on VATSIM, I started years ago on VATSIM. It took a lot, it took a lot of studying and a lot of, you can't just rock up without, knowing what you're doing. But that's what I love about VATSIM, the professional sort of, the professionalism of it. And it's not like people won't help you out, because people will always help you out.
Yeah,
You've got to put the work in yourself.
that's really
Right,
common.
There's a lot to learn.
That's really a common theme in the community too, isn't it? That generally speaking, most of the simmers in general are a very helpful crew, for the most part. Wheeled Claw 7109. Wheeled Claw in a beat.
Yeah, I see that.
58 has spawned in on someone. Looks like he's in the same formation anyway ahead of me. If he's with us, welcome. I'm not looking at the Discord. Oh, no want to. Back up to 40. Thank you. I was doing so good, Chris.
Yeah, I don't see him on the group. Yeah.
Thank you. I started to click out and I nosedived as soon as I clicked.
Yeah.
I am streaming, so he might be in the stream with us, kind of listening, hanging out, which is too cool. Too cool. I have Fiona. Fiona's flying with us, or was. Is he still with us? I don't see him. Is he on one of my port or starboard? No view. Oh, maybe way up there. No, that's Posada Blah. With his bucket, I ought to be real careful behind him.
Yeah, I got my V-Pilot set up today,
Yeah, I highly recommend all those extras for that sim if John's going to get into that.
And that's in the United States division, and
So you set it up, somebody helped you, and you think you can help him. If you run into any trouble, just give me a holler, because I've only done it once, but I've carried it across 3 different platforms now, so I'm kind of familiar with the installation and what you need. Those extras are real helpful.
Oh yeah, I got some of that.
Yeah, those extras are real helpful. Be able to see who you're talking to in real time. It's I like it. I mean, if
I'd just advise with VATSIM just to spend an hour on the tarmac listening.
2 or 3.
Oh yeah.
And then I did next, to be honest. I spent the next sort of couple of months just doing circuits around an airport, just getting used to it.
Right.
Till the operator says, "Hey, you could have told me you were going to do 20 of these touch and goes, stopping full stop each time."
To be honest, I don't think there's an issue. I just think so long as you're not doing it at a busy airport,
Well, I get that off a video that was published of an ATC VAT sim that told the gal she had been taking her real world training, and she only had 3 more touch and goes to make it. And by the 3rd time that she stopped, full stop, went back into the taxiway and came back out, he says, "Well, why didn't you tell me this to start with?" And she says, "You didn't ask." It was kind of comical.
I mean, for me, if you want real immersion, then the VATSIM is the way to go. iVao's good, but my personal preference is VATSIM, 100%.
Agreed. If it's total immersion you want, add the iValve for the airport's real world liveries and traffic, and that's what I use iValve for. But yeah, if I was going to do the ATC, it would be VATSIM all the way.
Yeah, I got VAT Spy too.
Yeah, you need that, and then that's for the maps. Then you need ChartFox. That'll bring your charts into the sim for you.
Okay, I've got some high peaks coming up here. Is this the 6000?
I would have to look on the little nav map, Chris. I'm afraid to pull it up.
Don't do it then.
I got 36 frames and streaming right along. You know, I don't want.
That's okay. Matt's over there. Matt, what are you saying? 6000 enough to clear these peaks?
I think 6,000 is enough. It looks
Yeah.
like 6,000 is good.
6,000 will
'Cause
get
it's-
you 343 feet off the AGL.
Yeah. According to this map, the ground coloring map, 6,000 is it, because that's dark orange, and that would be we're off to the right of it. You know.
I think
So-
legally you need 1,000 feet AGL, but yeah, that puts you a little over 300 feet at 6,000.
I won't tell if you won't.
I'm positive. You won't hit it if you're on the plan. If you're a few feet off
Yeah.
of it, I couldn't promise you anything because
It's the 500 rule.
Huh?
If you're bearing 057 degrees, you should be all right.
If you're coming from a point where 057 is accurate.
If your heading is 057, you should be all right. If you get too far off to the left, you could hit something.
I've got
But
057
at
on the
6,000,
money.
you should be good.
Yeah.
6,000, you should be good.
I got 057 on the money. Affirm. I've been practicing that, Chris.
Perfect.
Make my depth 6,000.
You have voice activation in your GPS, Matt?
No.
Oh, I thought you were talking to your computer. I say, man, I need that add-on. Something else to crash. I'm really struggling with this whole day because I tried everything. I mean, I thought one thing was doing it and quit that. Tried another thing, quit that. Nothing worked. $109 to time approach. And for this next leg tomorrow, I'm going to turn on my floats and accept the extra. Oh boy, I don't know. I can set it to automatically deploy if I hit the water, so that'll be okay.
Just had to let the dogs out.
You guys may have to do circles around me while I refuel in the water tomorrow. Oh yeah, that peak's a long way off.
.79 nautical miles to the runway, to the approach. There was a small airport over there. Flying over all these little rivers and stuff. I don't see nobody out there washing their clothes. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. What do you say, please?
I said flying over these rivers, but I don't see any of the locals out there washing their clothes They do that here in China sometimes.
Are you live in China?
Yeah.
Nice, nice, really nice.
Yeah, I'm from America, but I'm living in China. I'm married to a Chinese woman.
Really nice, really nice. Most of people they married Asian women. I think they're good. They're good women. They're you know
Yeah, most of them are. They're all right. You know, they like money though. They worship money over here.
in China.
Oh yeah, all the people they worship money.
Wow, I think this is just in the USA.
Nope. Oh no, USA isn't that bad. I mean, they do in the USA, but not as bad as here. You know, everything's money, money, money.
Uh, I am live in Muslim society in Morocco, and I think we don't worship the money very. We care about money, but not that much, you know.
Right. Money's only. I mean, you know, everybody needs money to live, but you know,
Yeah,
you don't have to worship it.
yeah, because here we can make a favor to others free without money, you know.
Right. Right. Me, it doesn't. You know, I do all right. I'm comfortable here, and you know, I'm not. You know, I go out and buy things when I need it and when I want it.
Uh,
That's when the bank don't think you're a spy, obviously.
That's right. Yeah. They've stopped allowing people to transfer money out of the country.
That's
I
been
heard the. Go ahead.
well, that's been a little while now.
Yeah. It started about 2 years ago, but they really tightened the belt on it now. They used to allow Chinese people to send money to America or American. You can send money into China, but you cannot send money out of China.
But I like Chinese people because they works hard and smart people.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a funny culture, you know. You'll see guys doing road work, like they're really building up our city a lot in different areas. But you'll see guys working and they're digging a hole, right? And there's women are digging the hole. These guys are standing on their shovels watching them. They really treat women like second-class citizens.
Chivalry is dead.
Do you,
Never,
do you mean patriarchy or something like that?
no, they just treat them like they're, you know, a low class. You know, and when they have babies, they want boys.
I know.
You know, and they worship the boys are like little kings, and they walk around and they treat the women like they're a piece of crap.
Well,
So when a woman gets married to a foreigner, you know, it's like, wow, I got me a you know, a man who respects me. You know.
Chicken Strip 23 has joined the stream. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping in to watch part of the world tour. Leg number 30.
Matt, I'm not sure 6,000 is going to be enough to cut this.
It will.
Yeah, I'm doing 7 right now. I'm at 7,000, but just got to stay to the right of the.
Lo, you're quite a bit left of the flight plan. I'm not sure how far, but you're left of me, and I'm dead on it.
Yeah, I'm dead on it too. So I would get to the right, Chris.
6,000
Okay.
will make it on the flight plan. I wish you.
In my flight plan, I'm to the right of my flight plan, but this is just the aircraft. I mean, it's quite, I don't know, not very advanced, let's say.
Okay.
Well, we've got the same issue in the helicopter. I think that's again due to the Asobo gods. Um, my navigation show me slightly off, but I know that means that I'm right on. Oh, a lot of wind. I'm getting tossed around. Ooh, there went two tails on my windsock. Yeah, two tails. And a bell to warn me. I do like the new systems he's got on this, though, because it really keeps you informed as to why things are happening.
Yeah, Chris, I'm at 7,000. I'm clearing everything.
7,000 it is then.
Yeah, well, I just always go above, you know. If it's a 6,000, I go 7.
That's why the law says 1,000 over.
In the UK, it's 500.
And when in Rome, die with the Romans.
When in Rome, go see the Pope.
Hit the side of the mountain and die with the Romans.
Well, at least the live weather's cleared up a bit.
Yes. I wasn't going to say anything because I did switch back to live weather when I came back. So, Dougie, where did you say you're from?
Toledo originally.
Toledo, Ohio, that's right.
Yeah, in Michigan now, but I'm from Toledo. Yeah.
My oldest daughter was born in Cleveland. Spent first married years of my young life.
Oh yeah, that's quite a city.
I
Used to go there a lot to watch football games.
I drove my first pie truck for Mrs. Smith's Pies out of, starts with an S down there. I forget the name of it now.
In Cleveland?
Yeah, around Cleveland. There's
Is Toledo has tornadoes, storm?
Yeah.
tornadoes.
Because,
In,
because some movie they filming the tornadoes in Toledo, I think.
Yeah, there was a couple of famous ones just a few blocks from where I grew up. One tornado, I think it was 1961. One tornado came in like 2 blocks from where I grew up, and my dad took me the 2 blocks over, and there was a house that was gone, and the tornado had not touched anything. It just took that one house, and it was gone.
I think the last one in the USA in Florida,
Yeah, it was.
the biggest tornado.
Oh no, what you're talking about went across just last month. Came across Illinois and Kentucky and Tennessee, killed many. They say that it was on the ground for 200 miles. E5 category.
Okay.
Okay,
44 miles out.
Well, I don't know how I'm 20 miles behind you, but I see 64.
Yeah, so
I'm 44 miles to the entry.
Copy. Yeah, mine says time.
was this the highest part of the flight then? This particular area we're in now?
I believe
Yep.
so, yeah.
Iceman?
Yeah, I believe so.
So it can start coming down a little bit after this.
Yeah, if you're clear of that, those ridges on your left, or if you're behind me, you're about to clear them in a moment. But yeah, Those were the 6,000. Above 6,000. That's what the flight plan avoided.
Hey, Iceman, did you say you're the one that said you were in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Do you remember Orlando Bakery?
I can't say that I do. I drove a small pie truck for about 2 years there.
Okay, well, this was a mid-sized bakery, but it was all handmade and handmade Italian bread. And we used to drive to Cleveland every day and
Wow.
take a semi-load of that bread back to Toledo and distribute it in restaurants.
Wow.
It was the best bread ever. It was really, really good.
No, and you would think that I would have heard that kind of scuttlebutt, about competitors that close. Because, this was, everybody knows who Mrs. Smith's Pies was.
Yeah, there was a lot of competition, like Nichols Bread.
Yeah, Nichols. That's, bread companies, I guess, would be different than pastry.
There was Nichols and Tasty and all that. This was not that big a company, but it was just the best bread. It was kind of expensive, but the upscale restaurants used to buy it a lot.
Right.
We have a big one back home called Panadosi's. It's huge. It's a big bread place, bakery, all kinds of stuff.
It's real good bread?
Awesome. Everybody, if you're having a cookout or a family function, everybody goes down to where they make it, and you can go in and buy. And they go out and buy sub rolls. They have little dinner rolls. They have, loaves of bread.
Oh, yeah. Boy, there's nothing like really good bread with good ingredients.
That's what Subway banked their business on.
Yeah.
Is that true? The New York pizza is the best pizza in USA. Is that true?
I don't know. I've had some good places. I've been to.
I have something like that. The pizza of New York. It's delicious.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, right. Now we're gonna have to stop on the ground even longer this next airport.
Yeah, right.
This next one is the last one, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Unless anybody needed to stop at one of these other ones. I don't even, like I said, I'm not even bringing up little nav maps, so you're on your own as far as suggestions.
Yeah,
but if you need to stop, just give us the icon. We'll stop, take a break.
Are we going in on like 32 or something?
The runways are 14 and 32 at an elevation of 1,734.
Yeah, my map shows the wind in back of us, so either runway, I guess.
I didn't look to see what the preferred was. Like I said, I'm not going to bring up the little nav map. I'm afraid of crashing. These are some awesome looking mountains, though.
They're beautiful.
The definition in them, steep, yeah. Awesome. So how long you been in Toledo?
All my life. I just moved to Michigan recently, but I'm from Toledo.
Roger that. Yeah, did you tell me Detroit or somewhere?
I used to work in Detroit. I used to play jazz piano in the jazz bars in Toledo and also in Detroit there. So they're only about 50 miles away from Michigan.
That's cool. Yeah, most of my most loved hobbies, which is music and flight, I didn't pursue, and I used to say I never had any regrets, and I think I'm coming to understand that I really should have. At 15, I was getting into Big Daddy's Brothers Jim's Lounge in Miami and singing on stage for a pittance, just having fun.
Are you a singer?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
What
Nice,
kind of
nice.
stuff were you singing?
Mostly
No.
oldies.
Oh.
You know, with this back in the 70s. So I wasn't even 18 yet.
Oh yeah.
I did have the opportunity because of that, though. Some years later, one of the members of the Silver Bullet Band before Eric Clapton, not Eric.
Wow.
Mr. Aceman, your voice looks like a radio host. You have a nice.
I've done
voice.
radio voiceovers
Yeah. You
back
are
in
the
my
person for that
years.
role.
Yeah. I've done commercials for radio back in the years ago, but like I said,
And your voice, it's similar to the national BBC host of the Planet Earth, the host of the Planet Earth documentary,
copy that.
and Alfie Solomons from the Peaky Blinder, Tom Hardy, Alfie Solomons from the Peaky Blinders series.
Well,
Well, if you don't know, then you don't know, do you? Sorry, that was my
Funky
best
Peaky
Alfie
Blinder.
Sol- That was my best Alfie Solomons. I do apologise.
I missed
So
that.
Zeta, how far
That
are
went
you?
right over my head, Chris. I missed that
21 nautical
entirely.
miles.
Yeah, I got
Roger
44 back here.
I'm 26 to the entry.
Okay.
I see
yeah,
a
I'm cruising at
helicopter right above my
203
head. I'm sorry.
knots at the moment.
Sorry. I see a helicopter right above my head.
So where do you live now, Iceman?
I'm in sunny, famously hot South Carolina. When I was 53, I'd been homeless for a number of years in Tampa, Florida. And I packed up everything I owned on my little bicycle and bought me a Schwinn kid carrier and piled up everything I owned on it. I left my lean-to in the woods in Tampa, got on my bike, 53 years old. My mission was to go honor my father before he died. My dad was in a rest home in Raleigh, North Carolina. So that's how I ended up in South Carolina. As I came through here twice on that excursion, which took better side all told. If I told the whole story, I ended up with a carnival in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. And I, both times coming through Hartsville, encountered just acts of kindness. One guy gave me his bike and put me in his mom's building, didn't know me from Adam, overnight with his Harley Davidson and all of his thrift store goodies, and told me just to switch my stuff from my bike to his. And that clinched it. This is where I was going to make my retirement home. I was coming back to Hartsville. And I did, and I've been here ever since, about 9 years.
Good story. Good story.
But I rode that bicycle for 670 some miles each way. Went back to North Florida before I hooked up with Carnival. And then bought a second trailer and loaded everything from the Carnival. You know, imagine what I've been stockpiling in the Carnival for almost a year on a second trailer and put both of them. If you go to my Facebook, you have to go all the way back to 2006, I think, 2012.
Hi, man.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of closure for you when you're ready to copy.
You got what?
Bit of closure for you when you're ready to copy.
I'll try to copy. What do you got?
Okay, so your game is talking about an English series called Peaky Blinders about some gangsters from Birmingham. And in there's a character called Alfie Solomons, and he's played by Tom Hardy. And that's who he was talking about.
Okay.
So you are like me. You agree with me. His voice, his looks like Alfie Solomon.
I see it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Bozeda, what runway you going to?
I was thinking 1-4.
Roger that.
Chicken Strip 23 in Twitch says, Got a few new viewers, actually. I'm sorry I'm not paying close enough attention to the stream. Chicken Strip says he lived in Brandon, Florida. Now he's in South Carolina. Where you at? Where you at in South Carolina, Chicken Strip? We're planning a big streaming party. Got a few big streamer names right here in the area. Maybe even a flight. So tell me where in South Carolina you are these days. Brandon, Florida. I used to bicycle that far when I lived in Tampa. So new viewer, Chicken
Where are you
Strip.
from UK? I think one of us from UK.
I'm from Manchester, and there's a guy on air called Pilot Jason from Liverpool.
Yeah. You have the British accent.
Yeah, that's right.
Very British.
I think a very British accent from Scotland's people.
You know, the only thing I haven't heard out of Chris is it's time for tea. I can't right now.
Do you know, I'm going to shock you all. I don't drink tea. I just drink coffee.
But tea is not tea. Tea is lunch or supper in your part of the world.
Oh, we're
isn't it?
talking about tea. Oh,
Yes, tea.
Oh,
It's
I've already had me tea.
and see.
Yeah.
You should try Moroccan tea.
It's a little late for tea for you right now.
Yeah, I've already had me tea. But if you're from the north, you have your tea. But if you're from the south, you have your dinner.
Water. Give me water.
Pilot Jason says, "Put the kettle on, lads. Time for a cuppa."
Sound, Jason, sound.
How do you pronounce water? Water in the UK accent, British accent.
Say again?
Water.
How do you pronounce water? Water in the British accent.
Water.
It depends where you're from. I'd say water.
Water.
What?
Water.
Water.
But we don't
Really
pronounce our T's in Manchester.
I like English.
If it's the Queen's English, it's
He-
water.
Jason says he has a cup of tea with him.
Good lad.
He's having a bowl of tea.
Chicken Strip is in Charleston, South Carolina. I have a parishioner in my church picks me up from Charleston area every week.
I think Boston has similar accent to the UK British accent.
Boston.
Boston, the reason they have that accent is because their heritage that's why they call it New England, because that's where the colonists originally landed, and you hear a lot of the tone in the New York accent, in the New York dialect or accent, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the first time I watched the Bilbo, you know Bilbo, the comedian.
Billy Bob.
Bilbo.
Bill Bob.
Bilbo,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Bill
thought
Bong.
I
Bill
thought-
Bong. Bill Bong.
Yeah. I thought he is from UK, but he is from Boston, I think.
What were you saying, Matt?
Bilbo, comedian.
I don't know.
Matt,
It
I'm
might-
sorry. No, it wasn't Matt. It was Chris. I'm confused. I'm trying to do 5 things at once. Ben Von Mahomey. Ben Von Mahomey has joined the Twitch chat. Appreciate you stopping in.
You see how good that was? I did a Boston accent and he thought it was Matt. That's how good that was.
That's it. That's it right there. If that's what you did. That's why I got that mental mind block.
Hey, we're all from Boston.
His
Boston.
name Bilbo.
Bill Bob. Okay.
Yes, he's a comedian. He's a good comedian.
I am getting so tossed around right now, guys. I've not felt the helicopter get this wild simply from, and it's wind. I've got to hit the deck again. This is crazy. Yeah.
Where are you from, Zoo Gamer, sorry.
I am from Morocco. You know Morocco?
Yeah, I know Morocco, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful country.
Oh, actually, I think we've had this conversation. You're
Yep.
near the north coast, aren't you?
Yeah, I am from the Mediterranean coast.
Very nice. 8 miles from Gibraltar.
Yeah. I know this conversation. I remember this conversation.
Yes, me too. And I can't remember nothing. I suffer from CRS.
We have nice weather, beautiful foods, the most delicious food.
In the Mediterranean, yes, use a lot of curry, lot of curry.
You have to search the Moroccan foods. It's the best.
You have nice weather and nice food. Is there any way we could do a swap? Any sort of swap?
You have to try in London couscous. There is a lot of Moroccan restaurants in London. They serve couscous.
I have heard of couscous.
Us?
Couscous is good.
Yes, it's a Moroccan food. The official Moroccan food, couscous. And the tagine. You should like tagine. I swear, the tagine is delicious.
Is it
Tagine.
Chajin?
Yeah, tagine. It's the
Tagine.
best.
This has been an informative flight.
Gin.
I got my work cut out for me because I really got two decent streams here, but I've got to put them together, and I can do that, but I've never done it before, so it might.
Are you trying couscous, Mr. Iceman?
I don't think I've ever had couscous. I do frequent the Oriental buffets a lot. One of my favorite before I
Me too.
Before I quit eating a lot of shellfish and stuff. I love Chinese. Mussels are
We'll be
my.
going to Oriental outlets though for Moroccan food, Iceman.
No, but yeah, no, I have not had probably a handful of times any Moroccan or any food from that area, other than maybe Spain. That's around Morocco, right? Where's Morocco?
Close enough.
Where's Morocco?
Right on the north tip of Africa.
Okay, between Spain and Africa.
Yeah, it's literally right on the Strait of Gibraltar, yeah.
Oh, why don't I know that? I mean, I knew I should know that.
We talked about that last time.
Probably.
Hey, I'm gonna empty my bucket and get some fresh air quickly while you're coming here. Okay?
Yeah, I'm coming in. It's not too far. Everybody's making their way.
Be right back in a couple of minutes.
Okay, right back in a couple of minutes.
Do you know the first country recognized USA? The first country recognized the USA.
Who's the first country that recognized the USA?
It's Morocco. It's the first country. Type it in Google.
Really?
First country recognized in 1777, I think.
1777, because we had our independence
In
in
1777, Morocco
1776.
is the first country recognized the USA.
That's interesting. This has been a very informative flight. I'm tickled. I'm going to have to put those two segments together and upload them to YouTube. This will make good copy. Appreciate your input there, for real.
You can check in Google. Check the information from Google.
Which runway? Pilot Jason wants to know.
I'm going 1-4. Runway 14.
Choices are 1, 4, and 3, 2, and I see wind. Looks like wind's at 1, 1, 1. Is that about right?
Yep.
What, the winds?
Yeah.
Do you visit Gibraltar, the one from UK? Do you visit Gibraltar?
Yeah, I'm Chris, and I have actually
Chris.
made with you on the simulator, just so you know. Yeah, I've been to Gibraltar a couple of times, yeah.
How do you find Gibraltar, Chris?
Interesting. I wouldn't like to live there, but it's quite interesting to see everything from the UK in a foreign land, if that makes sense.
Gibraltar, it's quiet and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I've never been swimming actually at Gibraltar. I've just had a look around and stuff, but it's quite strange to see, you know, red phone boxes and all the UK shops and UK
Yeah,
currency in a foreign land, effectively.
yeah, traditional.
Well,
Because Spain have got a couple of territories in Morocco as well, haven't they?
that's what I was thinking is Reunion, Island of Reunion. And there's one, Chris, that you've got to, oh, wait a minute, you can't. I had to say that.
You're teasing me there.
Yes, I tried real hard and I just couldn't pull it off. If any of you PC users are interested in a really good flight, low and slow, there's a gentleman called Guillemont or something to that effect. You can find his package. They have finally packaged it. It started out 16 separate packages, and they packaged it all in one. You do a search on the flightsim.to site for Reunion, and it is phenomenal flying. Absolutely beautiful. Helipads especially, one of the best flights I've ever done in the heli. The scenery is just awesome. I go on for days on it. It's beautiful. Budapest.
Well, Reunion Island, I think we've had this conversation. Reunion Island's on in the Indian Ocean off Madagascar. It's a French-owned island.
Have we had this conversation? Somebody, yeah, I think you're right, and it ended the same way. Somebody told me it was a Spanish-owned territory because it was right off of Spain, huh?
It's French-owned.
Yeah, I think, like you say, we've had this conversation and it ended the same way. You're right. I'm sure. I wouldn't know. I was going on what somebody else had told me, and I guess it stuck, and I forgot you told me that it was new information, so I stand corrected.
Is this airport on the other side of a hill?
Yeah, I think so. Looks a little lower than what I'm coming over now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Where is the next event, Iceman? Which day? Next event?
We will fly out of here tomorrow at -5 Zulu or 1800 GMT, Eastern 1300, and we'll fly out of here and cross the water into Australia, the big capital of Northern Australia in Darwin.
And we want your best Australian accents ready for tomorrow, please. Best Australian accents.
Well, you'd have to be the one to pull that off, because I couldn't even get close. I can't even speak English.
Well, could I, mate? Let's throw another shrimp on that barbie.
Work on that while you're not flying tonight.
Gotcha.
Try the next time. The next time you try it out, the next time you try it out on your kids at dinner, okay?
You give me a favor, guys, when I talk with you, because I practice for my English. I know my English not so good, but I practice.
We're teasing each other. Don't get us wrong. No, your English is great. Well understood.
If you're here to practice your English, you might...
Hey, time your kangaroo down, mate.
Oh, it's a Pilaroo.
That's bloody good.
Oh, you guys are great. I don't know why I flew over here by the fuel. I should come over here and get screenshots. Silly me.
Honestly, if you want to practice your English, this is probably not the best
The
group to be with.
worst place, yes. You've fallen into evil territory linguistically. Not good influences. I'm going to see if I can establish a GTC, get out of the... Oh, no, that ain't going to work. Oh, look at the crowd. Excellent. Loving every minute of it. Okay, I'm getting out and take some screenshots, guys. I made...
Well, Chris is not here yet.
No, but I'm gonna film him coming in. I'm talking about getting screenshots of the land, and I can't do that when I haven't got a good GTC set up. Oh, what did I do? What's wrong with me?
I like the DA62. It's wonderful.
Who, me?
No, I think he was saying he likes it.
Oh, I thought he was asking me, do I like
No, I like
the
it. I like it
A62?
because it has a smooth landing and smooth takeoff.
Yeah, it's a pretty good plane.
Bo Sade is the man to ask about the DA62.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I know nothing about it.
Still learning, right?
Yep.
See if I can get all the tags and low coming in.
I think I have a good time in this simulator.
It's definitely the best we've had yet in all of any of our 30 years plus experience each.
Now, Chris, don't crash.
Roger.
The Loaster ones, wheels down. And
Nice landing.
one left to slide in. Sleeper JDM has stuck with the whole flight. And you really got to hand it to these guys that join the flight, hang in there even through mishaps and stuff like this. That's why I say these things are really important to streamers and to just the general population that likes to fly with you guys. For somebody who hasn't said a word to anybody in chat, hasn't, but he's still with us, guys. Means a lot. If you build it, they will come. Isn't that right, Chris?
A-firm.
Be firm.
And pilot Jason's on the ground. Good. I think that's the last of the... He must have been... You know what? He's firm 9,700. Is he coming towards us? He is, right? Yes, because his tag is getting lower in the cloud.
Anyone of you guys has 85 temperature in a GPU?
Say again?
Any of you guys have 85 in temperature in GPU? Because my GPU is hot, has 85 in temperature.
You know what I use is Afterburner. It's free.
Yeah, MSI Afterburner.
MSI Afterburner will
I have
kick
it.
your fans on when it needs to. When I first got this tower, I thought it was really overheating bad. And
But I ask, what is the top of your temperature? What is the top number?
I'm about 181 Fahrenheit when I'm in the sim.
90 is dangerous. 90 or above is dangerous. 80 is just well cooking.
Centigrade.
Okay. Yeah. because I have just one fan, not two fans in my GPU.
And Ernest Lee made it in the 135.
Without crashing.
Can anybody tell if Sleeper JDM is actually with us or not? I hate to close the stream if he's actually approaching. I can't tell.
Well, I can't even see his name tag.
Are you talking about Sleeper?
Yeah.
It's just sitting there. It's not moving at all.
I noticed his altitude is unchanging. He may be an active pause or something.
Yeah,
I think we'll call it a day to a split decent stream. I sure appreciate everybody who's flown with us, no doubt.
Listen, guys, nice to see you all. I'm going to shoot off, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks again,
All right, we'll
Chris.
see you all tomorrow.
Nice to
Flying
meet
with
you.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you come back.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. See you all tomorrow.
Yes,
All
see you
right.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Same time, same bat channel.
That's right.